Sir Peter Jackson needs to get something off his chest.
Do you have an enduring memory of your first Steven Spielberg film?
I have an enduring memory of being at Pukekohe Bay Beach when I was 14 years old and suddenly being terrified of a bloody big white shark coming out of the seaweed and biting me in half. I mean, that wasn't a nice way to spend summer. I have to have a talk to you about that.
Yeah, I don't go to beaches much because people look at me funny, so I sort of stay off the beach, because if the sharks don't get me, a beachgoer may.
Steven Spielberg's come a long way since that killer shark in Jaws. He and Jackson have 6 Oscars between them. Their movies have made squillions and garnered them as many fans.
The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King.
They are 2 of Hollywood's most influential filmmakers. But watching them together, it's clear at heart they're still just boys, fanboys.
We're making this film for the fan in us, and hopefully, satisfying the fanboy ship of the two of us will satisfy a lot of the people out there that are diehard Tintin fans.
I'm warning you. Get out while you still can. These people do not play nice.
Back in 1983, when I was making Bad Taste at that time, and I started to read about Steven making a Tintin film. And I was excited about it. I mean, I was a Tintin fan since I was 7 or 8 years old, and so I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for Steven's Tintin film, really looking forward to it.
And a quarter of a century later, his phone rings. It's just Steven Spielberg. He asks, "Want to make Tintin with me?"
I mean, that's a bit of a head-spinning moment. I mean, I had to think about it for at least 2 or 3 seconds.
Tintin is a first for 2 reasons. It's the first collaboration between these 2 Hollywood powerhouses, and it's their first foray into 3D animation. A non-negotiable prerequisite for the pair was honouring the iconic drawings of Rodger with the perfect look and feel of motion capture 3D.
I mean, we didn't want to muck around with that, because to do that, at your peril, but we still had to, we didn't want to make an animated line drawing. We wanted to do something that had texture and shadow and lighting and mood and atmosphere and sort of turn it into a 3-dimensional reality.
And to create that 3D reality, Wellington's went to digital.
This is a quantum leap, actually accomplished by the same artists that did Avatar in New Zealand. The same group of artists and animators are now animating Captain Haddock and the Thompsons and Tintin and Snowy and everybody else in our story.
That story now graces big screens across New Zealand, and its creators know exactly who they hope to please: themselves.
And I tell you what, no point in the process of making Tintin have we ever said, well, the fans are going to want this or the fans are going to want that, or let's give this to the fans. We're the fans and we're making this film for ourselves. I mean, this is the Tintin movie that we want to watch.